Criticism. That stuff comes in many shapes or forms. I apologize on behalf for any background noise, by the way. So, criticism. There are two types of criticisms. There's the positive criticism and more common towards just about anyone, the negative criticism. Now, we all know um how powerful negative criticism is. So I think I'll start with the positive criticism first. Just a simple, brief uh, definition, like based or like explanation based on my own opinion. Um, so positive criticism, it's more like when someone talks about your like work or like what you've done or what you're doing, I guess. And basically, it's supposed to make you feel good, but also like let you know that this is help and this is what can help you improve for next time, but like not in a way that um affects your emotions negatively. Like it's supposed to make an impact that helps you improve yourself and be helpful for the future. And then there's negative criticism, which is more like the things that people say that do hurt, that do affect you in a way that makes you feel bad about yourself or makes you like feel awful about the things you do or who you are or your work or anything. And I mean, I'm probably going to be in general focusing on both criticisms, but more importantly about the negative criticism because that's that's gonna help people, I hope. So it doesn't matter what happens in your life. It doesn't matter where you come from or anything. It doesn't matter what you do to yourself. You are always going to be criticized no matter what. And there will always be a criticism for everything about you and about what you do and about everyone else. Like think of it this way, for negative criticism for example, if you're skinny, you're not eating enough. You should eat more. You're gotta be unhealthy or something. You're so bony, you toothpick or whatever. And that applies to me too, because I'm a pretty skinny guy for a man, by the way. Um, and then if you're big, you're eating too much, or you're unhealthy, or you should do something to change that. That's the negative criticism. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's like it's double-edged sword. It doesn't matter what it is about your body. It's always going to be criticized in that kind of negative way. But there can also be some positive criticism for that. People. Uh, I guess for example, um, I don't know. Maybe you're working on a school project and you didn't do as well as you thought, and maybe the teacher is like, "Oh, so I'm noticing this sentence or this part of the presentation that probably wasn't explained well enough. Maybe you should explain more about that area so that way the students and the teacher, myself, can have a better understanding on what you're talking about." Something like that. That helps you. That can help improve for next time and in the future. I would consider that positive criticism. And it happens everywhere too. It can happen real life, it can happen online. It doesn't. And more commonly online, it's negative criticism because people are hiding behind screens and won't face the consequences of their actions behind a screen. Because like what people say online, they will not say in real life if they were speaking to you in person. I'm telling you that right now because in real life, there's nowhere to hide. Like you see the people there, you get the consequences of your actions because of that. Well, I hope at least. Like, I hope. Um, so yeah, negative criticism sucks. Positive criticism is good for growth and improvement, I guess. Um, I won't. I mean, I feel like it's not good for me to tell you how I counter criticism, just because that's me and my methods won't work for everyone, but maybe this will help just in case. So, let me see. I mean, I'm sure people have told you that, like, ignore them, don't listen to them. That's, while that's technically true, it's not, like, impossible. Like, of course you're going to listen to them. You're going to hear it, of course. But I think what they mean by not listening is, oh, okay, that's what they say about you. So what? Like, I can say what I want about myself because what I say about myself feels good for myself, you know? Um, like if we're talking about, I don't know, how much exercise you're doing in the gym or something. Um, maybe you're like, oh, what? Maybe there's someone that comes up to you and they're like, you're only here once a week. Like, that's not gonna make any progress. I'm here for like 3 times a week. Um, sure. I mean, the good for you, but that's just your workout routine. My workout routine probably involves me going to the gym only once a week, and it's helpful towards me. But even so, whether they're giving the criticism that's positive or not, they shouldn't be worried about your workout because it's none of their business. You're here for your own personal growth, and you don't owe anyone an explanation for why you're at the gym. I mean, you're all technically there for the same reason, to work out and feel good about your body, I guess. Um Anything else I really need to talk about? I mean, negative criticism will come everywhere, and so will positive. Like I said, okay, okay, listen, criticism comes from everywhere. All right, I've already said this. So not listening or ignoring that can help and stuff. I guess you can also. I mean, like, I'm not that I'm telling you what to do, but you can also just uh preach and tell them, okay, sure, you don't need to tell me what I need to do with my life, because no one's in control of your life. You're free to make your own decisions and have your own opinions about yourself. And if people are talking about you in a way that makes you feel bad, you should probably not be around those people. And if you are around those people, tell them how it's making you feel, because they're not going to know anything unless, or like feel that, or like know that it's hurting you unless you're telling them that. um and I guess also because it's not just me, like, helping you against other people, but also yourself too. And I'm sure I'm guilty of saying something about someone that may be viewed as negative, but you also have to remind yourself, is what I'm saying, like, hurtful to that, to like my friend? Should I be saying that all the time, or should I have said that? Those are those are questions that circle around my mind sometimes when I'm going on with my day, and I'm like, oh wait, dang, why did I say that? um it happens. Everyone says something every now and then they have second thoughts about why you said that, why you should not have said that. It happens. We're human, we're not perfect, we're always going to make slip ups like that, and that's okay, because we can't be perfect. That's just how it is. And then also with negative criticisms, I can understand that you may say, like, stuff, and you're like, they're just words, like, they don't mean much. Maybe to you it doesn't mean much, maybe to that person who says that it does not mean much, but to someone else out there it means a whole lot, and it can have more of an impact than you can imagine. Whether it's negative or positive, it has more of an impact to someone than you think it does, and it can cause them to do a lot of things, good or bad. It can, for positives, it can cause, it makes people feel good, or like regains their confidence or something. Um, Maybe it helps them be more open, maybe more outgoing for friendships. And then for the negative parts, which are unfortunate. It may cause someone to be isolated or isolate themselves from others, may make them unmotivated to do things, and sometimes, unfortunately, that negative criticism, even if they're air quotes just words, that's all it takes for someone to uh end it, you know? And that's awful. Like, for to have that sort of impact, because like people can't keep their opinions to themselves, or just can't shut up when it's not their place to say anything that doesn't need to be said. That's awful, and I never wish that upon anyone, to like have those words or negative criticism said to someone, and it gets to that point. Like, awful, just awful. But yeah, at the end of the day, it really is unavoidable. No matter where you go, criticism is everywhere. It will always happen. So I hope that we can just not care what anyone says, because we're we're literally 2025, you know. We're living in a time where everybody has to be negative all the time, where everybody hates everything just to hate. Like, it's everywhere. We're lacking like kindness and being positive and stuff like that, because everyone wants to be negative about everything. So that's where my mind's at. Everyone hates everything, so I don't care what everyone thinks. um like, yeah, that's just pretty much it. And I mean, I don't expect you to just do what I said, because who am I to tell you what to do? All I'm doing is just sharing my opinions on this topic, and what you do with that information is up to you. Maybe you'll listen to me, or maybe you'll take all this with a grain of salt, because maybe I'm wrong to you, and that's okay. Because I don't expect you to think I'm right. I don't expect you to think I'm wrong. I just expect you to form your opinion after watching this, should you watch it all the way through. All right. That's all I really have to say right now. Have a good day, and I hope this video makes you feel just a teensy bit better than you have been doing for this day, at least. Um, yeah, yeah, bye. See ya.